So, yeah, I just wanted to continue what I was saying about some information that was mind-boggling and just new information that I learned. And that was the indigenous tribe, the original inhabitants of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island, and some parts of the States, such as Maine, were called the Micmac tribe. And only recently, so semi-recently, 1999, there was another treaty established that the Micmac were allowed to fish and trade and continue some of their trading and fisheries in the Atlantic Ocean and much of the Atlantic region of Canada. And but back in the late 1700s, basically, when the Europeans first came, the French and then the Acadians, the Acadians is a different, I guess, kind of French, not quite French, but I think more research needs to be done exactly on who the Acadian are, but they did not identify as French. Anyway, they came, settled here, and the Micmac and the newcomers, they actually had a pretty good relationship at first. And they even helped the French and the Acadians to settle here. But when the British came, they basically started, claiming their right to the land, and basically exiled all the other people's groups or deported them back to France and some back to Acadia. And with the Micmac, you found treasure? Awesome. The crab was dead? Oh no. Oh no. But so there's this island that's right across, about 10-minute ferry ride across from Halifax, and it's George's Island, and that's where they would take the Acadians there. Oh wow, keep that. If that would last us on our way back, on the plane ride back, keep that. That's awesome. Exactly. Anyway, so it's awesome. She found it. Can we show? I'm making a video. Let's show the starfish. This is the starfish she found.
I found also a crab.
And a crab? Yeah. That is awesome. Awesome. Just explaining a bit about George's Island. Okay, so George's Island. So the Acadians were deported there, and much of the Micmac tribe too, while they were trying to figure out what to do with the Micmac. They took them back there, and basically nobody lives on this island, but it was kind of a holding ground or a jail, if you'd like, to try to figure out what to do there. But the conditions were very brutal. The conditions were very bad, that many got diseases like scurvy, and many died. And some ended up surviving.
I gave it back to the sea.
You didn't want to keep it?
I gave it back to the sea.
You gave it...
It's too fragile.
Too fragile. You gave it back to the sea. Oh, that's sweet. Anyway, so, and then once some, I guess, Acadians and French were deported back to France on boats, the Micmacs who did survive the scurvy and the unbearable conditions on George's Island, they ended up, they were given land, and they were divided into their own regions where they can stay, where they agreed to stay. And so that's a bit about the history of the Micmac tribe. a bit about the Acadians and the French and the coming of the English, and that was all around the late 1700s and throughout most of the 1800s as well. So it's not a very good history there. So yeah. Anyway, that was very mind-blowing to me. Just educational, right? So, and we explored George's Island. So, and we took a tour of the underground. It was kind of like an underground, I guess, holding cell where they were held. So, I mean, they were fed, but it was just really cold. They weren't really given much more than just cotton clothes to wear to keep them warm, even in the most terrible winters. Some, they were kept there for as long as 2 years. And yeah, and many did die. That was at a time when scurvy was very, very, very popular and common. It was the pandemic of that century. Okay.